Today I'm doing a little special video on our top-selling Shigeru Kawai piano, the premier piano manufacturer of Japan. Stick around. Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Piano Galleries. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to list those. We like to get a lot of interaction with our viewers, and also we get a lot of suggestions on upcoming videos or things they'd like to see and hear or discussed about. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the Shigeru Kawai pianos are entirely different than the GL and the upright line. They're actually special because they are handcrafted, and they are handcrafted in the Ryuyo Grand Piano Factory, which is the first listed ISO certified piano factory in the world. And so Kawai has that little ribbon hanging on them, and it's handcrafted with some of the far exceeding necessary materials to make the piano. They use phenomenally great aged and cared for soundboards, and they have a special way of putting their rims together. They have a special name brand for the type of woods that they use inside the making of the rims, and they're every detail I'm not going to go into. I have other videos where I've done that. What I'm discussing here is the top-selling SK piano. These are handcrafted pianos, and they go from 5'11" up to 9 feet. And every single one of those pianos, inside the different sizes they make a 6 foot, like 2 or 3, then they make a 6'6", they make a 6'11", they make a 7'6", and they make a 9 foot. They make some great large pianos. All of these pianos play exactly the same, believe it or not. However, the response of the instrument based on the size of the soundboard and the length of the string makes a different tone and has a different response based on how the player plays it. So when the player is playing and listening, they think that the pianos play different, like the smaller one, the 5'11" plays a little bit different than the 9 foot, and theoretically they play exactly the same. However, the appearance of how that piano responds to the expression the player is giving is so detailed and so minute, and the amount of expression from extreme soft to extreme loud inside these instruments does vary based on the soundboard and the string length. So it is kind of like what you would say an illusional effect, but they do play the same. If it were possible to turn all the volumes off on the acoustic pianos and you could just play them, all the SK pianos, they should theoretically play exactly the same. They have the same extended key, the same type of mahogany hammers, the same underfelt, the same type of felt. All the handcrafted details are the same. The response is going to be different because the instruments are different, and just the frame, string length, and soundboard alone can determine all those differences that people think is really, really different. And it's so similar, it's hard to tell apart. And the SK-2 at 5'11" is the smallest of all the SK pianos that are built. And what I like about this piano is that it follows the original design specifications that Koichi Kawai put in when he designed the company's first grand piano back in the mid-50s. And I cannot say enough phenomenal things about the Shigeru Kawai pianos. It's one of my favorite pianos in the world, long before we ever sold them here. And I'm so happy that we do, and that is one of our premier inventory items. I think I've said enough. I think it's time we listen to this instrument, and you can find out why this is our top-selling SK. I make no bones about it. It's our top selling SK for one reason. It's the least expensive one. It's the best of the SK world for the least amount of check you have to write. And this has an MSRP of right at $81,395 as of today. It is our top selling SK piano so far for 2024. And I can't say enough things about it. It's a 5'11", but guess what? It plays like a piano that's a foot longer than that. It really is a wonderful, wonderful instrument. And don't just take my word for it. I'll send you to any and all competitors out there where you see someone demoing an SK-2, give a listen, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. SK-2 is a phenomenal piano. We've had a couple customers buy one, come back in a few years later, upgrade, and come back and even upgrade again. So sometimes without all that much time passing by, the Shigeru Kawai pianos are some of the top of the line tier 1 pianos in the world, and in that classification you're going to find that they are about the least expensive ones. You will lay out the least amount of money to get a beautiful handcrafted instrument, and not only that, you will have a master piano artisan come to your house within the first 2 years of ownership and dedicate essentially almost an entire day, even more if they need to making that piano perfect in your home. If you're not familiar with the Shigeru Kawai experience or piano, I encourage you to get into a store and play one, and I promise you it will be one of the most memorable days of your life. And certainly if they have an SK-EX in the store, people will always remember the first time they played a Shigeru Kawai 9-foot grand piano. And with that, I can't say anything more, but go out and find one and play one. This is Ted with Alamo Piano Galleries. I thank you so much for your time and viewership, and we'll be looking for you down the road. Thank you so much.